Hello there. This is Dateline Lagos, where we take you through happenings in the Center of Excellence. Let's begin with the highlights of stories to come. Governor Akinwumi Ambode clears rumor over Lagos home ownership scheme, says housing project is still on course. Teachers in Lagos State joined their counterparts across the world to demand better working conditions as they celebrate the 2016 World Teachers' Day. Lagos State government assures parents of prompt rescue of those kidnapped from Igbonla Senior and Junior Model College in Ekpe, and Lagos residents engage their representatives at the House of Assembly on developments on the third edition of the annual constituency stakeholders meeting. Now let's begin with the infrastructural development. Governor Akinwumi Ambode led some members of the State Executive Council to inspect ongoing projects on the island, including the Ilubiri housing scheme, where he promised to transform into a world-class living environment.
The Lagos State government says the proposed plan to introduce monthly payment plan on its home ownership mortgage scheme is still on course. Governor Akinwumi Ambode reaffirmed this during an inspection tour of the Ilubiri housing projects.
We can devote 2 Hilux vehicles inside this place.
Governor Ambode says his administration has decided to scale up the rent-to-own policy by introducing monthly payment plan to enable beneficiaries to pay monthly instead of the initial 30% down payment plan introduced by the previous administration.
We've tried as much as possible to review our mortgage scheme, and in line with the financial flow that we have, we believe strongly that some of our projects have to be taken by the private sector. We also believe that the Ilubiri axis is more or less a prime waterfront area that we cannot afford to give as a mortgage property. And that's why it's been designed as a live, work and play environment.
The governor added that the pocket-friendly initiative will enable low-income earners to participate in the scheme.
We believe strongly that our people should be able to just pay 1 month rent and be able to live in our housing scheme. We don't think in a recession we should be having a situation where we allow people to come and buy when they don't have money or to come and pay 1 year rent. We think the way to move forward is to allow these younger ones to be able to just pay 1 month deposit and pay 1 month rent and be able to move to the houses and then more or less play up what we call our rent-to-own scheme.
The State Commissioner for Housing, who accompanied the governor on the inspection, debunked insinuations that the scheme has been abandoned.
This project is going to span between 5 and 7 years, from 2016 now to 2021. So this is a new project, a new design has been done, and the governor also set up a ESCO committee that has already looked at the entire capital outlay, working with the Ministry of Finance, Budget and Planning, Fiscal Planning, and Works, and Ministry of Housing. So this is a project that I want to reassure Lagosians that this is not an abandoned project. It's a continuity with a lot of difference, and we are promising Lagosians that in the nearest future, before the end of this first term, we are going to see a lot of more design in place.
Governor Ambode also inspected the federal government guest house in Marina, which has been handed over to the state government, and the ongoing ultra-modern bus terminal in Tafawa Balewa Square, as well as a lay-by and slip road into Isheriolora at Berger bus stop.
Teachers are undoubtedly the key to achieving a sustainable development through the imparting of knowledge. But the question is, how much value is placed on them by the society, especially here in Nigeria? Where do they stand in global competition? These are some of the issues brought up for discussion at an event to mark this year's World Teachers' Day in Lagos.
In 1994, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, proclaimed the 5th of October to be World Teachers' Day. It's aimed to mobilize support for teachers and generate awareness about their role in providing quality and functional education. This year's World Teachers' Day coincides with the 50th anniversary of the adoption of the 1966 ILO UNESCO recommendation concerning the status of teachers. It is also the first World Teachers' Day to be celebrated within the new Global Education 2030 agenda adopted by the world community in 2015. To mark this day, hundreds of teachers in Lagos State, including the Deputy Governor, Dr. Oluranti Adebule, who also doubles as the Commissioner for Education, converge on the NUT Pavilion in Ikeja to discuss how best the teacher can be appreciated. The Lagos State Chairman of the Nigeria Union of Teachers sets the ball rolling by giving insights to the day's theme, valuing teachers, improving their status.
The status of a nation's education cannot be divorced from the status of the teachers. The teacher must be valued and a status enhanced to move the nation forward. In other words, the socio-economic status of the teacher is a direct mirror reflection of the stage of the country's education. A nation that plays politics with the welfare of its teachers is preparing the ground for a romance with poverty, disease, and illiteracy. Education is the only avenue through which modern countries make progress, and teachers are the facilitators of education. All over the world, teachers are leaving the field of greener pastures because of poor working conditions and ignoble salaries compared to other professionals. Teachers are at the bottom of the ladder in terms of professional appreciation. Our policymakers must inflate the teachers' public image and status through improved extra welfare packages to make them regain their lost paradise. No other professionals touch every aspect of life